If you're looking for a video on how to arrange your beats, this video will blow your mind because this breaks almost every rule when it comes to arranging a beat. So let's hop straight into FL Studio. What I did was I mapped Drake's hit Billboard song out, and it's pretty incredible. So you could just copy this if you want to just copy it. I'll give you guys the cheat sheet, but I'm going to explain why. So the intro is about 37 bars long. Now we're at double tempo. We're at 137 tempo. So this is technically 68.5 BPM. Okay, times 2. So that makes it what? 137. Okay, I believe so. Do the math. The point is we're at a different tempo. So we're 137. So everything has to be divided by 2. Anytime you go over 120, chances are you're in double time when it comes to trap drums specifically. So in that case, we need to divide everything by 2. So even though stuff shows as 4 bars, it's really 2 bars. Okay, so it's a little quirky in that way. So here we have 37 bars. Technically divided by 2. So you have what? 37 divided by 2, 15 plus whatever, like 18 bars almost. Okay. And that is a strange intro. Now this is Drake. We have to preface it with this is Drake. This is not a normal artist. This is not your typical person that people don't know. Drake already has his brand established. So he could do stuff like this and break the rules, clearly break the rules. So usually it's intro. So not that you need a 37 bar intro as far as double time, 137 BPM, but an intro usually comes first to get people warmed up to the song. The song doesn't usually just start right away. It kind of warms up into the song because it builds anticipation. The next thing here, and if you're wondering where to get these project files, I actually have mapped out. Let me open it up. It's in the Beatmaker Blueprint. If you go to busyworksbeats.com/beatmaker, you can find the Beatmaker Blueprint. In here, I have project templates. I have Billboard hit song structures from Taylor Swift, Doja Cat, SZA, Drake, Bad Bunny, Zach Bryan, Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen. So I've mapped out all their top songs and structured it out in FL Studio so you don't have to. So this is Billboard directly. And so after the intro, now for this video, I'm just showing you how crazy Drake's song was, 37 bars of an intro. Now your intro could be 4 to 8 bars. There's no mandatory intro length. Usually the longer the intro, the more time people could click off the song because they're not getting into the song. So if you're trying to build an audience, I recommend shorter intros. If you already have an audience, you could get away with longer intros. That's just a generalization here. Then we move into verse 1. So verse 1 here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 4 bars technically of a verse, but 8 bars in terms of 137 BPM. Okay, so then we move into this new thing I've seen in a lot of genres, which is strange because I think Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus created this or made it more popular, which is this thing I'm calling a transition. So it's not a verse, it's not a pre-chorus. It's just like this change in the verse. And I call it a transition. So this transition is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars at 137 BPM, technically 4 bars. So if you combine this is 16 bars at 137 BPM. And again, if you divide that by 2, it's technically 8 bars in regular tempo at 60, whatever BPM, 68. Then we move into the chorus. So usually this chorus comes in 1 minute in. Okay, so somebody's listening through the entire track. Now you have to remember streaming, if you stream a song and you stream it for 30 seconds, you get paid. So a lot of these people are pushing off their hooks to get people to skim through the song to listen longer to see if they get to that hook. Okay, so in this case, I think that's what was happening here. So the hook is at 54 seconds. That's a long time in. But again, this is Drake, so we can't, you can't say this works for everybody. So you have this intro, which could be 4 to 8 bars. Then you have a verse 1, which is about 16 bars. In this case, 8 to 16 bars. Then we're moving into the chorus, which is pretty short. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bars at 137 BPM. And again, if you divide that by 2, it's 4 bars. So a really short chorus. Then we move into verse 2. I believe this is 21 Savage's verse. I can't remember the exact order of who was on this track. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just count from 62 to 86 is what? 24 bars. It's a strange bar count. So if you divide 24 by 2, that's 12 bars. So in R&B, they used to do these like 12 bar verses and then move into the hook. That was more of an R&B technique. And I think it was also based on like their time signatures and different things. Because if you're doing 6/8 and you did 2/6/8, 2/6 counts, that would be 12. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So it's 24 bars at 137. And technically, again, divide that by 2. So it's 12 bars of a verse at 68 BPM. Then we're moving into this chorus, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But here is, I marked what's called the fee point or the golden ratio. So this is the part where a song usually changes. And I teach this in our Music Theory Magic course at busyworksbeats.com/music theory magic. There's actually a golden ratio, a perfect ratio as to where a song should change up. And in hit songs, they actually have this marker. So I call it the golden ratio or fee. And I've marked this in the song templates for you guys. So this is at the 92-second mark here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another 8-bar chorus, again at 137, but technically it's 4 bars. Then we have this long verse. I'm just going to do simple math. 94 to 126. What is that math? Let me pull out the calculator here. Since we're in such weird bars. 126 minus 94 gives us 32. So that's a 16-bar verse. I think this is where Drake was just going in on this record. And that's a classic 16-bar verse. Okay. And then we're moving into the chorus. Again, 8 bars. Because this song isn't very chorus driven, it's verse driven for that song specifically. And then the outro is 4, 8, 12, 15 bars, if I count it right. 120, 134 to 15 bars. So weird outro. It's like a 15-bar outro. So I know this is a lot to take in, and I'm speeding through this, but I'm just trying to show you how to get these. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/beatmaker. I mapped the top 10 Billboard charting songs at the time: SZA, Bad Bunny, Drake, Taylor Swift. I forgot the other dude's name here. Hold up. Morgan Wallen, Lucas Combs, and Zach Bryan. Okay, and Doja Cat as well. So those are the absolute formulas. This is just one of the Drake formulas. But this song has, again, an intro of 37 bars, very random. Verse 1 is, I think we counted 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 8. And then we have this other transition part. So technically combined, that's 16 at 137 BPM. Again, at regular BPM, that's 8 bars. Chorus is 8 bars at 137. At regular BPM, 4-bar chorus. Then we have the second verse, which is 12 bars at regular tempo, 24 bars at 137. Then we have chorus again, which is 8 bars, and then this change up called fee. So that chorus is 8 bars at 137, and then 4 bars at regular tempo. Verse 3 is the longest, 16 bars at regular tempo, and 32 bars at 137 BPM. And then lastly, the chorus again repeats for another 8 bars at 137. Typically divided by 2, that's a 4-bar chorus, and then at regular tempo, and then the outro is a weird 15 bars. So if you combine 15 bars with the intro 37, what number is that? 37 plus 15, if I did that math right, plus 15 is 52 bars of just outro and intro. That's a lot of space. So that is what I've noticed about this song. It's just very quirky, but it made it to the Billboard top charts. I think more so because Drake is a brand at this point, so he can morph these elements a little bit different than other people. But all I want you guys to take away is this new thing called a transition. So you'll notice in the Miley Cyrus hit songs, the Taylor Swift hit songs, there's this new like 2-bar transition before they move into the hook. Like instead of going from hook to verse, they'll add this little padding that's just 2 bars. And I think it's for streaming purposes because it's such an awkward thing to add. But it's not a pre-chorus and it's not a second half of the verse. It's like a transition thing. So that's the new thing I'm seeing as far as song structure and arrangement. If you guys want to learn more, go to busyworksbeats.com/beatmaker. I'll see you guys there. Peace.